Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Welcome back to episode 2 of my Mexico and Qatar World Cup series, where we review all the games that happen for Mexico. And yeah, game 2, Argentina. So after game 1, Poland, you're thinking, okay, maybe things will get a little bit easier for Mexico, but no, we've got to go and play against Argentina, arguably the best team in the group. Saudi Arabia as well is doing pretty well, to be honest. They got their surprise win against Argentina, so we're thinking, okay, Mexico got a draw against Poland. Argentina lost against Saudi Arabia, so maybe there's a chance, you know. Um, and it also kicked off with Tata Martino's very, in my opinion, crazy lineup, starting 11. Let's go straight through it right now. So Ochoa in goal, obviously. A five-man back line. Kevin Alvarez getting his competitive debut anyway. I think he's only played like two or three times for Mexico. So getting his World Cup debut in Game 2 against Argentina is a massive um, Matt is massive on its own, and he did really well in my opinion. I think he was one of Mexico's more better players in this game. Nestor Araujo centre back, Montez in the middle, Moreno in the other centre back, and then Jesus Gallardo left back or left wing back. Then we go to midfield: Chavez, Herrera, Cuadrado. Cuadrado getting his he's already Mexico's most capped player. He overtook Marquez about a month ago, but he got his appearance in 5 World Cups now, so he joins the Ochoa now, and a select few others. I think Ronaldo and Messi, and a couple of other players I can't remember. So there's not many players. Did Marquez play in 5 World Cups? I think he did. Um, he's not that many. He's in an elite group now where he's played 5 World Cups. So well done to him. Came off injured like 40th minute though, which sucked because he was doing quite well in that first half, and so he seems to be alright. But I don't know whether he's actually going to play the game against Saudi Arabia tomorrow, which is going to be a massive game. We'll get into that in a minute. And then obviously up top, we just had Vega on the left and Chico Lozano on the right. So a 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, depending on the position. Crazy. So all this hubbub and hoo-ha about strikers, and Tata decides to just not play any of them. Um, I mean, injured Raul Jimenez is probably not going to feature in this game in this World Cup at all. Really, he came off the bench against Poland, didn't really do anything for about 10 minutes or so. Um, Henry Martin started against Poland, didn't really do anything, and Funes Mori doesn't look like he's going to feature either. I thought he was going to play in this game, to be honest with you. I mean, having said that, Saudi Arabia defended really well against Argentina, and I think that's why they got their win. I think that's what Tata Martino was going for. Just keep the defensive solidity, and then use the pace and the firepower of Vega and Chucky to catch them on the break with help from the midfield. I guess I mean, the first half worked perfectly, if we're being honest with ourselves. Um, Messi, I think, got a free kick and missed it. Um, but other than that, they didn't really do anything to Mexico in that first half. From what I can remember, anyway. Seems like ages ago now. But yeah, that first half I think was good. But the thing is, you get to half time, you think, okay, what's Tata gonna do? Because he's not known for his substitution brilliance. Um, what's he gonna do? So obviously, he was forced to take Gadado off and brought um, Eric Gutierrez, who for me just didn't have that much of a game. He got a yellow card. Um, so second half starts, and you think, okay, well, it is what it is. We did it right. Maybe you know we can keep it going, and then we can catch them on the break. But you're thinking, okay, well, Argentina are going to come out in the second half. They're going to come out firing, and that's what happened. And they got their goal. When did they get their goal? They got the goal in the 64th minute. So Lionel Messi just completely open. Acha just decided not to mark Messi, like just outside the box, and he just shoots and scores a decent goal. One of those goals you could just see coming a mile away, and it takes slow motion for the ball to leave the foot to go into the goal. And you're just like, oh my god. From that point on, it's like, okay, Mexico's lost this game now because you haven't scored the entire tournament. 2 games with no goals. Um, Vega came extremely close with a free kick that was absolutely amazing. It would have been amazing if it had gone in. Um, but then Enzo Fernandez in the 87th minute got the winning goal. So yeah, 2-0 to Argentina. Pretty bad second punch really, because I think Mexico bottomed the group now, which is crazy because obviously um, Saudi Arabia got that win. So Mexico on 1 point now, and Poland won their game as well. I think Poland won beat Saudi Arabia. So well, I think now is that the best case scenario is that Mexico beats Saudi Arabia by 2 or 3 goals, and then Poland beats Argentina by 2 or 3 goals. And if that works out that way, then I think Mexico then go finishes second. Yeah, because Argentina would be on 3 points. But if Argentina win, because Poland are on 4 points now. Yeah, if Argentina win, they have to win by a lot of goals. I think like 4 goals or something. And again, Mexico needs to beat Saudi Arabia. And only a win can see them in the sniff of a chance, because a draw will finish with 2 points, and even Saudi Arabia has three. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be tough, and both games are happening concurrently as well. So it's gonna be a stressful hour and a half, couple hours, for Mexico fans. Part of me says that I think we're gonna beat Saudi Arabia, but another part of me said, well, Saudi Arabia's got to win in this tournament. Mexico doesn't. Saudi Arabia's scored goals in this tournament. Mexico hasn't. Um, whether what the hell the first 11 and the formation is going to be, no one has any idea now. I expect to see a lot of changes. Really missing Santi Jimenez. Diego Lainez, not so much. Because the one thing that Tata did that really pissed me off was take Tricky and Vega off, but Alvarado and Antuna in. I would have been alright with one of them going off, probably Tricky, because Vega was having a decent-ish game. But he took both of them off, and Antuna is just all pace and nothing else. You could just tell. He's one of those players that gets the ball and he's running around and he's running forward, he's dodging tackles and stuff, and he's getting closer and closer and closer to the byline or to the goal. And you just see him going, oh, what do I do now? And he either loses the ball or he has a wild shot or something. He's got no end product, basically. Alvarado, I don't know what Alvarado does in this squad anymore, to be honest with you. Runs around, does some passing, that's pretty much it. Tata absolutely loves him for some reason. I mean, I like Alvarado, and I was happy when Chira signed him, but he's just not in his national team, bro. It's not national team level. But having said that, even if Lainez was on the bench and he brought Lainez on and took both Chucky and Vega off in this game for Lainez and say Antuna, that would have still annoyed me, because Lainez for me has to do it at club level first. He has to sort his club situation out first before we can talk about him playing for the national team, in my opinion. For me, the biggest miss is Santi Jimenez. Can you imagine just bringing Jimenez on in the second half against Argentina? What a difference that would have made. I think him and Vega and Chucky would have had a really good relationship with each other. That's the one miss, in my opinion. Not so much the Lainez, but Santi Jimenez. But it is what it is. I mean, can Mexico beat Saudi Arabia? Sure. Should they? Yes. Will they? Probably not. I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi Arabia gets a shock win and sends Mexico out in the bottom of the group. Which would be sad, because I think it would be the first time Mexico's not reached the knockout stage of the World Cup in like 20 years or something stupid. I could look it up, but I really can't be bothered. But then equally, Mexico could have the game of their lives and win 2-0. Like, anything can happen in the Saudi Arabia game. It's really pointless trying to predict it, because you just never know. Tata's proven now that he's willing to absolutely just obliterate the formation first 11 just to catch them off guard. I don't know. It is what it is. But it's going to be stressful. That's what it will be. It will be stressful. You never know. maybe Poland gets a shock win. Maybe Lewandowski now has decided to turn up in this tournament after getting his. Did he score 2 goals? I can't remember. He scored at least one. Um, Maybe now that he's decided to turn up and he can go at this quite old um, Argentina defense. I mean, Martinez isn't impenetrable. Um, It'd be nice to see Lewandowski go against that back line, to be honest with you, see what happens. And if Poland wins and Mexico wins and the scores are good enough, um, then Mexico, similar to Russia, can needs outside help to get into the knockouts. So even against the knockouts, it's looking dangerous, like with France and things, Netherlands as well. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments who you thought was a really good player in this game for Mexico, who you thought was particularly bad. Do you think Mexico has a chance against Saudi Arabia? Um, yeah, so yeah, let me know who would you want to face in the knockouts as well. I think it's probably going to be France. Um, if we get when Mexico can only get second place now, I think so. Um, will it be France? Because I think France is top of their group, probably. Right, yeah, French squad is scary. Anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.